Elie Spitz is exactly what a rabbi should be. He loves Jews, he loves Judaism, he loves people, and he and Linda also are people who really are vibrant souls. Vibrant souls. I remember when I first met Elie and Linda. It was in the 1980s when I was spending a number of years in Israel on a program, and they were there for that year. And I remember I shared with them the manuscript of the first mystery I was writing. I ended up writing several mysteries. The fact that probably none of you know that is probably one of the reasons I didn't go on writing mysteries. But they had some really insightful comments. I remember I ended up thanking both of them in my acknowledgments. And I recall that Linda even came up with the name for my police detective in it. The hero, though, of the book was the rabbi who solves the mysteries, an idealized version of myself. Over the years, our contact was not often enough, but whenever we had it, it was meaningful. I remember some years later, Elie was working on the book he published on afterlife and also dealing with reincarnation. And he found out from our mutual friend, Leonid Feldman, that I also was very interested in that topic. And I remember he came to our house. I showed him a video I had done where I had hypnotized a woman, a deep trance subject. And we had actually ended up going into a previous life in the 19th century. I hope I'm not starting to sound too peculiar to you, but I guess some of you have heard about this also from Elie. And his work was also very mind expansive. And it showed his willingness to really consider ideas, to not just too much enclose himself in a fixed straitjacket. He was open and he was willing to study. And of course, one of the great pleasures of being with Elie is if he's sharing a reminisce with you, he has such a recall for details and such a recall for drama. I remember a couple of years ago, Devorah and I were at a mutual friend, Ari Goldman and Shira Dicker's house, and Elie was recalling a recent event where he had gotten tickets to a very, very popular Broadway show. I'm forgetting which show it was, but he knew his daughter really wanted to see it. And he described in great detail, and we were hanging on it and laughing, how he met a woman, I think she was like somewhat of a gypsy, and led him on a long walk. And at a certain point, he just hoped and prayed that everything was safe. And he went up to an unusual type of apartment and got it. But this is just Elie. His life is lived at a level of drama and intensity. And I don't need to tell all of you how enjoyable it is to be with him. And most of all, though, he is such a wonderful, passionate advocate for Judaism and for the Jewish people. And it's with great pride that I'm his friend. So let me wish you, Elie, now a Shabbat Shalom. And looking forward to hearing yours and Linda's future adventures.
Just a few words, as I feel always a need to respond, and these are always surprises. I don't know who is going to present. I am surprised that it's Joseph. As Joseph says, I have known him from before I was married, when Linda and I were in Jerusalem together, and have continued to be in touch with Joseph. And to be with Joseph is to be with one of the great Jewish teachers of our day. As we celebrate Adam and McKenna Burden coming to the Torah for the first time, when I have students studying for Judaism, one of my required texts is Joseph Telushkin's Jewish Literacy, one of many books that he has written. I once said to Joseph, I finished writing my first book. This book, Does the Soul Survive? I want to write some more. What's your guidance? You're so prolific. You write so much, and it's so wonderful. What's your guidance for me to have wind in my sails? And he said, set very low goals. I said, how's that? He said, if you set a low goal for yourself, you'll reach it, and then you'll feel motivated. If you set a high goal for yourself, you'll start off with enthusiasm, but you'll soon find yourself frustrated and stop doing it. So set goals that are easily attainable, and that will serve you well to continue to do more and more. And then I said to him, what are your current goals for yourself? And then he began to tell me about 3 or 4 projects he was doing. But it's more than his ability to write, and in that regard, for his books to be among the bestsellers in the Jewish community on many topics, including guarding your tongue to Jewish humor, to Jewish values. It's that Joseph and Devorah, his beloved wife, embody what he teaches. Ribono Shel Olam, Master of the universe, I feel so privileged to know Joseph and Devorah, to know those who are in this room with me. Indeed, I am fortunate. Ashrei Ha'ish. Amen.